Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about a very interesting topic that I wanted to let develop for a few days before I really jumped into, and that is the publishers of Rockstar and GTA, Take-Two Interactive, have filed for a very mysterious trademark, and the timing couldn't be more ironic, and I want to talk about all that in this video today. That's right, so the last time we talked about a big, Take-Two Interactive trademark was when they trademarked the words Hangar 13. We all assumed that that had something to do with like the Chiliad mystery or aliens, or that was going to be the name of an expansion, when it really just turned out to be the studio that was making Mafia 3. So in this topic, and when we're talking about stuff like this today, do keep in mind that even though Rockstar is under the Take-Two umbrella, just because Take-Two does something doesn't mean that it's necessarily associated with Rockstar or Rockstar North. However, with that being said, it is still pretty interesting, the trademark that we're going to be looking at today. So the trademark is for Judas. So I'll put this image on the screen right now so you can see what it is. It's for one word, it's Judas. You can see the owner name is Take-Two Interactive Software Inc. You can see the filing date was on April 21st, 2016. Now, one thing that's pretty interesting and that you might not know from this trademark is the classification and the two numbers, 9 and 41. So this trademark has been classified by the number 9, which means that Rockstar or Take-Two Interactive are planning to use the word for computer and video game programs and software. And the number 41 means that the file is in relation to entertainment services, namely providing online games, providing a website featuring computer games and video games. So if that wasn't clear enough, Take-Two Interactive are obviously going to be using this for some sort of video game or online game, which would point maybe in the direction of Rockstar. Other than that, there's a few other numbers and letters on here, like the basis, which is EUTM. I want to say that means it was established in the United Kingdom, or at least in Europe. A bunch of reference numbers and owner ID numbers. And then there's a bunch of other things you'll notice, like representative ID number and representative name. Now, the one thing I do know is the representative name, that's like Baumert and Baumert. I believe that is like a law firm in Germany. So that's probably the law firm that Rockstar either used or Take-Two Interactive used to trademark this name Judas. So before we really get into it, I guess it's helpful to know what the word Judas actually means. Now, some of you guys may know this. Judas was a religious figure. He was a figure in the Bible, and he was actually a traitor. So he was the disciple who ended up betraying Jesus. A definition is a person treacherous enough to betray a friend, otherwise known as a traitor. And if we go to Urban Dictionary, which is a great place, they say Judas is any individual who sells out his or her friends for their own personal benefit. So that kind of gives you the idea of what Judas is and what that might possibly mean. And if you want to actually read up on his story and his, religious figure, you totally can. I'm not going to go in a whole lot of detail about that in this video, but you certainly can if you want to. So that's interesting. What a crazy lawsuit. And a lot of people are saying that that is a trademark that they made for Leslie Benzies, because if you guys know, this trademark came just days after the former CEO, Leslie Benzies of Rockstar North, sued Rockstar for $150 million. And they ended up countersuing him for how knows what money. And it's just going to be a crazy lawsuit, to say the least. So I think that's interesting because to Take-Two Interactive and to Rockstar North, I'm pretty sure they would see, Leslie Benzies as Judas, one who they used to call their friend and who now is, I guess, a traitor because he left them. He's speaking very poorly about Rockstar North. And it's just so funny how ironic that is. If you know the story of the religious figure of Judas, how kind of similar it is to the Leslie Benzies. Now, obviously, there was no killing of anyone or crucifixion or whatever you want to call it, but the story is the same. It was a group of friends, a group of brothers, one separated from the rest, and the other group kind of outcasted that other friend. So it's just extremely ironic. Again, those could have nothing to do with each other, obviously, but it is just, like I said, super crazy that these events are happening days from each other. So just think about that. I think it could be pretty interesting. So let's talk about if Judas is meant to be for a video game. What could it possibly be? Well, Judas really doesn't fit with anything currently known being developed by Rockstar. You wouldn't assume that would be the name of the next Grand Theft Auto. You really wouldn't think that would be something for the next Red Dead game, so it might be a brand new IP. Some gaming sites have even speculated that it might be a historic game of sorts, considering obviously that Judas was once a biblical figure. Now that seems less and less likely, but the name does suggest that it might have something to do with that. And according to other information that we know about trademarks, this isn't something they're using for in-game, for fictional characters. So when Rockstar or Take-Two Interactive have to file for something like this, they can't use the trademark Judas on a game of a character. For example, Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, they did not have to trademark those names because they're fictional. So ultimately, Judas would have to be the name for a game, an expansion, or a studio. It cannot be something that is fictional, very similar to the way we saw Hangar 13 for Mafia 3. So it could be a studio that's developing another Take-Two Interactive game. It could be the code name for maybe a Take-Two Interactive DLC or a big expansion that we obviously don't know about yet. To give you guys my best guess, I really do think it is something for a studio or some team they've brought in that they're going to be announcing under the Take-Two name. I'm not really sure it could be used for a code name of any game. Like I said, I'd love to hear from you guys though in the comments section down below, because you guys are a lot smarter than me. Your theories are a lot more creative. So I want to know from you guys right now, what do you think of this mysterious Take-Two Interactive trademark Judas? Do you think it relates to Rockstar? Do you think it has to do with the Leslie Benzies $150 million lawsuit, which is absolutely nuts? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section down below. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.